just a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yeah, 50 for the base, 55. Hey, watch the out, watch the out. Mike.
On second down, Kamara.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4. Tighten up. Pull it together.
Here's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Bandit. Share. Check 4. Alert 3.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
Oh, yeah.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Running with Kamara. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Defense, let's go. Mike's 54.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got Evans. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
That's my pick right there. You're fucked, kid. Wait, what? Who's nigga is coming talking shit?
Jackson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
They can't come in and talking shit.
SOS. Slam.
On the ground, Kamara. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Let's get it.
You're fucked, kid. What the hell you talking about? Can't come in talking shit like that, man.
Here we go. 54. 54. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Motion.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
First down, Akers trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Like,
Bud Dupree, a first-round pick in on the stop.
As usual,
did he concede? That's what I'm saying. Did he concede or he just...
linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
That's probably why I kicked him the first time. Shit. Oh, damn. That's
Rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 26.
that's probably why I kicked him the first time.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
No, he left because he knew I was about to kick his ass. That's why that nigga got kicked, though. That's what he was like, well, I get kicked.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves.
Oh, no,
like
come on.
No one is taking me for a doctor, though. Dashing through the snow. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood.
Yeah, I knew he did that because he knew I was about to kick him. That's why he did this.
Touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Kick like a motherfucker.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And we are tied at 7.
Cheesy crackers, 7-7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Yeah, I mean, I just give you the 4th win.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Target. My nigga quit, man. Shit else to do.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10.
He better not get his ass beat.
First down gets 3 up to the 28. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines,
you do not want to play nose tackle.
But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
On 2nd and 7.
He did have a touchdown.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bud Dupree leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. third down, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And the Browns, first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Wow. You better come
Gonna
in
give
and be
this
straight.
time to the tailback.
Can't come in and talking shit. That didn't came in and said you fuck.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Say, hey, alert, 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 alert.
Now Mayfield, he'll let it go deep for Beckham.
Ah, he
Now
got
a
me.
clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 15. After the interception, here's Jackson.
Come on, man.
This is caught by Evans.
Baker, you gotta get
And
that.
way
That shit
up
right
past
above
the
my head.
35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a
Right above your
22.
head, baby.
I don't care who you put on him,
Come on,
he's
cuz.
going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else
Good
beat me
job. Who is it?
rather than let him shred my defense.
Okay,
And
man.
he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Who you play?
Come to my work.
Kamara. The second down play, not much better than the first.
I
Just
see
a
what
gain
David
of
did.
1
I'm like,
there.
yeah, he gotta be trash. Like Damon trash ass doing
7-7,
like
our
that.
score after 1.
Come on, bro. That's right over my nigga head. That's 6-6. It's already 28-0. I thought this. I ain't trying to run up on nobody. This game is trash.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
Give me the
Forces
block.
4th down. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Damn, he got 8 passing yards. Come on, I gotta get that shit back.
I don't even know why this team showed.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check.
They run the counter. Akers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Cleveland first down and 11-yard pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Mayfield looks to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Mayfield.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Well, no takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield.
Come on.
And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Jackson, that's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Get in the weight room. Slam. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Jack. Go. Kill. Hey, turn it out.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 31 yards there and a 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Watch out. Switch.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Second and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now Kamara. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Oh, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker
Oh,
in
that
the
nigga got so
business.
lucky, man.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Oh, cheese and crackers and big boy shit. He went on the Ravens. Dude that was on the Ravens wasn't acting. So I let him out of Ravens. They made like 6 and I don't know. Trying to make the playoffs though.
Let's go now. Watch out.
Probably get some good practice, man.
So we got man. Hey, watch
Man,
it, watch it.
he played for them
Shoot.
born.
Watch the shit.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their
This
timeouts.
practice,
As they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
So we just wanted to get a game in, I guess.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
We want to come back
Hey,
in.
switch gears, switch gears.
I know what about to do.
Check three. Rush in. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
A give to Kamara running right. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Right there. 54 Mike. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want none.
From the gun, Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
180. Let's go, D. Let's go. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Hey, alert 33. Regular. Hey, echo.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kenny Young gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Kings. You better be afraid of me.
Mayfield to throw it. He finds his target, Beckham. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends.
Protein spill.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Ravens' 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. To throw, Mayfield. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns.
Touchdown. Let's fucking go.
Touchdown.
Let's go.
Browns.
Lamar Jackson.
So many times tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Let's fucking go.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Play some D, baby.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Operating from the gun. Jackson.
Ooh, that should have been a pick. Come on, Buddha.
Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead, it just brings up 4th down.
I just dropped that bitch. Crazy. Crazy, dog. Oh, he going for it. Okay.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Going for it. 4th and 15. He's on 20.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson.
Yeah.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. So that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Chase Young.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Mayfield now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That's some bullshit. I should have given him more time.
And his kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns.
And my defense is fucking him up.
To the end zone. it's a fumble
Yeah,
return
3
for
touchdowns on
TD.
defense. Let's go. Team crack.
So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
All day, baby, all day.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
I'm going to beat cheese and crackers this game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Hey, alert 33. Hey, alert, 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 alert. My God.
Throwing, Mayfield. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Alert, 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 alert.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jalen Ferguson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now Mayfield on 4th down. It's caught. Beckham.
Keep doing that shit. I was waiting on that.
Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time? That maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Let's go, D.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Look at the big man rumble. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come in.
Yeah, it's my revenge for that playoff game,
How about the
man. I got my
anticipation on the
slippers
play,
now.
reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in
I
the
man,
opposite
he
direction.
was in the
So they
beginning.
throw the pick
So,
six, they'll get another
he was
shot
doing
at
the same
it
thing we was
now
doing
as
in the
this one's
playoff
in the
shit.
air.
He just, I
That'll
was
be
stopping
taken
that
in the
stretch.
end zone.
And once I stopped that stretch, you know what I'm saying? That was,
And he'll get across the 20 before
then
he's
I got a
brought
couple of
down
touchdowns on
at the
defense.
23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
That playoff game I should have won. I just got down early because he got a couple of big runs on me. Now, he do the same shit, you know what I mean? Like, he stretch. And just in the other shit, he got a couple of big runs on
for
me.
this next drive.
Three buzz.
Listen, I'm playing the 4-3. I've been running the 4-3 a lot more, trying to get used to that.
They go with Howard to begin
Ooh,
the
that shit was
drive.
fun. Yeah, the 4-3. I kind of like the
Tackled
4-3.
that time by Jerome
But I got,
Baker out
I mean, the
of Ohio
4-4 in
State.
here too. But
Not much happening there on
we're
first
running a lot
down.
of
Thought there
4-3.
might have been a hole for a
Trying
split
that out.
second.
That shit all
Yeah,
right.
but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They should be stopping that run.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And an alley to run. He'll have Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Oh, he lucky.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that
got
stat's
touchdown
big,
over the
isn't it?
line now.
I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Rashawn Gary has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Zoom.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson.
good
Nowhere
shit.
to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
D-line to play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Double tight.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
Check 31.
In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. Run. I got you.
They'll keep it on the ground. Akers, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He finds back a
that nigga Odell just... I fucked up. Celebrating my brother.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10 from the gun. It's a run for Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is a well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
They go play action now. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Let's go, Chris.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
He can't hang.
Play action. Now Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
I said, with this team, I can play man. Young corner.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Now let's go. What are you going to do? Now we got Mike Evans.
Mike 55. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
On 4th down, Jackson airing this one out for him. And my goodness, another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy,
pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Michael Pierce in all of his 340-pound glory gets the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I mean, I just... Oh, yeah. I don't know who you play, though. I already played my game, so I can advance that shit tomorrow. And I gotta buy it.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Where that other play at? We can rock with this.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, alert 33.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
So I know next time I play what I can take advantage of.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Akers. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
That was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
180. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Real. Defense. 40. Hey, Delta. 43. Check. 43. Watch the run.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss is number 8 for them on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gordon saying so long, everybody.
Man, you still gonna be losing, man. You need some defense, man. Shit, you don't need no offense. You're giving up 60 points a game. Oh, you talking about? Oh, yeah. No, that one, yeah. Yeah, you got Khalil Mack, but you trying to trade him though. Nah, you gonna try to trade him, man. Bullshit. No, I made the playoffs in this one. I need to win the Super Bowl, man. I like the playoffs. Oh, that's Key. Oh, yeah, you talking about this one. That's Key. Key ain't gonna keep trading Michael Thomas. Oh, no, you talking about, who got Michael Thomas? Oh, you talking about to the Steelers. Oh, yeah. I'm so confused and shit. Oh, okay, yeah. Damn, what nigga Glasgow was going. Steelers, yeah, that's Galaxy. He do dumbass trades. He might get his ass. That's damn near like trade with his computer, trade with his silly ass. And he traded everything for Michael Thomas, and then trial. He was just that nigga just did some dumb shit for Philly. Oh, this one with Trevor Lawrence too. Let's see, do I got any picks? Oh yeah, I think I did. Cause I traded all my niggas. I traded like all the stack niggas I had for picks. I got the 7th, 11th, and 19th picks so far. Let's see, I'm trying to get fucking. I might fuck around. No, I know Trevor Lawrence gonna be gone. Probably end up getting Michael Parsons again, son. He just did his draft for the other one, so I know who to get. Irondale Moore, yeah, same niggas. I'm gonna start getting niggas their fourth wins. I know you need a fourth win. I guess he get a fourth win. Lions, Giants, he get one. Wait, did the Giants say they trying to I don't know. Beyond me, I don't know. Chargers, Bucks, I'll give them that. Eagles, Cardinals, I'll give them that. Seahawks, Rams, that's fair. I give it to him for the fuck of it. I give it to him. Wait, did they play? Sorry, Sharks, I'm out. What that be? I don't know. He just said, sorry, Sharks, I'm out. That Packers nigga, he in London, so I don't know what time his shit is right now. That nigga fucking overseas. How the hell he get in this league? Fucking in London. That nigga all like, cause I asked him what time zone he was on. He said PST. What the fuck is PST? Oh no, he said GMT. I'm like, what the fuck is GMT? I'm like, yeah, man, I was like, alright. What the fuck is nigga talking about? I ain't got no cap room, but I don't need to sign nobody for real. I don't give a fuck. See somebody going these Bengals, man. Nah, hell no, you ain't going to no damn Super Bowl, man. So you got a lot of competition in that NFC, man. You got, let's see. Let me look at this. I mean, you ain't really playing none of the best niggas yet. Let's see. Well, you play the Packers next week, so see how you do with him. You got the Cowboys, Panthers, Saints, 49ers. That's pretty much it. NFC trash, this one. AFC, all I got really worried about is Brock. That's the only nigga that could beat me. I just gotta stop Tyreek Hill. This nigga like shit he's trying to fuck with. Ain't nobody on the Bengals right now. I'm trying to get somebody on so I can play tomorrow. It don't matter though. I think I already got the shit sold up. Cards at Giants, you sending? I got you at Browns. Oh. What y'all doing, a trade or something? Kid, I got your, wait, what? Kid, I got URL Padres. Damn, who said that? Who was that? Bryce Howard.